Hey everybody, it's Mark Martinez, your home loan expert with Summit Funding, coming to you today, Monday, December 22nd, with a story that I think is an amazing story because, quite frankly, some stories just need to be told. And I don't normally tell stories like this, but I'm going to share this with you. And of course, it has to deal with real estate financing. So I had a client come to me the latter part of this year, and he wanted to purchase a home for himself. And there were a lot of complexities with his loan application, a lot of what I call moving parts that on the surface it looked like we could make it work, but I just was a little bit uncertain and unsure if it could actually go through. So he sent me his documentation. We did all the analysis, and I gave him a pre-approval, which says, based on this information, it looks like we can get you approved for home loan financing. However, there are some things in your file that may be looked at differently from underwriting, and we won't know for certain until we get there. So he wanted to put an offer in on a home, and when he told me that, I asked to call his and talk to his agent first. So I talked to his agent. I told his agent everything about the file that she needed to know, and I told her I can give you a pre-approval letter, but just keep in mind there are some things that we may not know until we get to underwriting that could alter the actual final approval. So with that, they went ahead and submitted an offer on the property. When they submitted the offer on the property, I also asked to call the listing agent, the seller's agent, and talk to her. And I told her the same thing. I said, there may be some issues here. However, here are some of the strengths of this client and the borrower that I think would be worth accepting the offer and moving forward into escrow. So we did. We accepted the file, it got accepted, and we went into escrow. And as we were getting down the road, some of these moving parts that I mentioned started surfacing, and we started encountering some obstacles. So a first obstacle came up, which was basically a deal buster. It was going to break the deal. But between myself and my team, we kind of looked at it. We said, well, what about if we do this? So we restructured it, we resubmitted it, we cleared that hurdle. Along the way, we had a second obstacle come up, which would be a deal breaker. We got together creatively came up with some solutions and overcame that obstacle. So fast forward to the end of the transaction. We were at closing. This was this last week. The buyer had already waived his contingencies, his financing contingencies, and he had done that on his own accord. And last Thursday, we weren't out of underwriting and clear for underwriting yet, and we needed to close it by Friday. So the file was with underwriting last Thursday. He was leaving on Friday morning for a trip back east to go pick up his son and bring him back for the Christmas holidays. And Thursday was his last day for us to get this deal done and get it signed so that he would have a home when he came back home for the holidays. So get this. So last Thursday, this is really cool. At 11:29 a.m., we cleared underwriting and got approval on the file. At 11:30 a.m., my team requested that we would get a rush on the docs, the loan docs, so we can get those signed. At 11:37 a.m., we got a response that said, yes, our request for rushing the documents was approved. And at 2 p.m., we had the loan documents at escrow. The borrower signed the loan documents at about 4 p.m. at that afternoon, went and had the funds wire transferred late Thursday afternoon. He got on a plane on Friday morning at 9 a.m., not knowing whether or not we'd fund it or whether or not we would the deal was done. That morning, we got clearance that the loan had funded, and later that afternoon, we had same-day recording. So when he came back on Saturday from picking up his son, not knowing whether or not he was going to have a house to sleep in or if he was going to have to crash on his friend's sofa like he'd been doing for a few days before then, we got the deal done and it was closed. And I kind of reviewed the file. We had seven times this deal was dead. And through the hard work and the creativity of our team, we were able to restructure the deal, rush it through, and get the deal done. In fact, partway through the transaction, when we weren't sure if we were going to get the deal done, he called me and told me he was working on a backup plan. And I said, well, what did you mean by that? And he said, well, my agent suggested I contact a banker relationship that she knew to see if the deal can get done through the bank in case we couldn't get it done. And I told him, listen, my most important priority is to get you into this home because it's a great home and it's a really good buy. I said, I would rather forfeit the opportunity to be able to, get paid for this transaction and have you get the home. I'd rather you get the home because that's a higher priority to me. So if somebody else can do it, if we can't, I would rather have you do that. So in fact, he did take his application to the bank, and they turned him down immediately and didn't even pursue any additional options. So I thought it was great that it showed through the tenacity and the creativity of our team that 7 times this deal was dead. We raised it back to life and we got it done. And now this guy has a home and he has a place for his son to be able to sleep at night in his own bedroom during this Christmas holidays. And that was like an awesome, awesome Christmas time present, an awesome Christmas time story. So I don't normally share stories like this, but I'm just very, very proud of my team and us being able to get it done. I'm very, very happy for the client. Both the agents and the seller are ecstatic that the deal got done. And again, some stories just need to be told. So just want to share that with you. I hope you all have an amazing, amazing Christmas season. For my Jewish friends, for an awesome Hanukkah, and also that you'd have a great New Year. Anything I can do for you, please let me know. My contact information is in the email thread below. Thanks much. God bless. Have a great day. Bye.